Okay, so we are back. Here we go. We were talking about Winston Churchill and um, his great leadership, right? His great leadership comes in the fact that he is so adamant that they will never give up, and he creates this mindset in Germany, which obviously led to great success for them during World War II. The planned, like I said, planned attack by Hitler on England is called Operation Sea Lion, and they're going to bomb England. And so they're going to use the German or the Nazi Air Force called the Luftwaffe, and then eventually try to land troops. But they do this for an entire year, and actually, it's called the Battle of Britain, where they are doing these daily and eventually becomes nightly bombing raids. Um, and they do a ton of damage to Britain. The good side for Britain, if we're trying to look for a positive here, the good side for Britain is the fact that with these nightly bombing raids, they get better at defending against them. One of the reasons is just an example. One of the reasons they're able to defend against them is because of the fact that they had got a hold of a German making machine called the Enigma. This Enigma kind of looks like a typewriter, right? And it's one of these things where it would actually write things in code, a message in code, and then you could actually then decode the message with an Enigma as well. So, in order to actually decode or encode the message, you would need a Enigma device. And so, the good news is that the British got a hold of one without the Germans knowing that they had one, and so as a result, they have better knowledge about where the braids are going to attack on a nightly basis and stuff like that. And so they had better defenses um, against the Luftwaffe in the Battle of Britain. So eventually, what's going to happen is that they're going to give up. Like I said, it lasted almost a year. May 10th, 1941, the Battle of Britain is over. Hitler's going to plan his attacks on other places. It doesn't mean that the British really won because they didn't win anything. It was more about the idea of what they were able to hold on. Right in 1940, they were able to hold on, and which is kind of the idea. Okay, so it says Germany favored Italy over Japan because of their fighting ability and ability to help fight against Britain and France. That is true. Okay, now so where did he attack next? Well, he wanted to attack British possessions. So he going after Britain itself was going to be hard, which he learned in the Battle of Britain, right? Operation Sea Lion kind of failure, right? So he's going to attack British possessions, and this would have included a possession in northern Africa, and so including like the Suez Canal region, Egypt, Suez Canal. And so the Italians were actually first sent and weren't as successful in northern Africa. So Hitler had to send one of his most can-do generals. His name was Erwin Rommel, also called the Desert Fox. Rommel is Rommel, Erwin Rommel. And Erwin Rommel is highly successful. He is in charge of a unit called the Africa Corps, which is spelled KORPS. I know it looks like corpse, but it's actually core, and don't call it a corpse because a corpse is a dead body, and that's a bad thing in the military. So it's Africa Corps. So anyhow, him and his tank division, the Africa Corps, is highly successful in northern Africa, with their biggest victory coming at a place called Tobruk. It was a British stronghold, and when the British lost Tobruk, meant some very bad things for the British. They basically had given control over northern Africa to the Nazis, or I should say, to the Axis powers, right? And so things did not go very well for them at that point. As you can see, at this point in the war, Axis powers are whooping some hind end. The Allies are struggling, right? So this is where we're going to finish up notes for today. However, what I last thing I wanted you to do is I also have a film trailer posted. So there's a trailer to a film that came out, I think, in 1917 or 1917, excuse me, in 2017, called um, called Dunkirk. So it's about that rescue from Dunkirk that we are talking about in class. And so I don't know if you've ever seen the film or not, but I thought it would be kind of cool for you to watch the trailer. So I would just love for you to watch the trailer. Hey, you guys have a great day.